Global warming is not a distant threat. It is here with us now. Our planet is heating up at an alarming rate. This is not a drill. We are witnessing the impacts every day. Record temperatures, melting ice caps, and devastating wildfires. These events are becoming more frequent and severe. The evidence is clear. Our world is in a climate crisis. This is a call to action. We must act now to preserve our planet for future generations. The time for debate is over. The time for action is now. We must face this challenge head-on. Human activities are the main cause of global warming. We burn fossil fuels for energy. This releases carbon dioxide, CO2, into the atmosphere. Our reliance on coal, oil, and gas fuels climate change. Methane emissions also contribute significantly. Agriculture, especially livestock farming, produces large amounts. Methane is more potent than CO2 in trapping heat. Our waste management practices add to this problem. Deforestation is another major factor. Trees absorb CO2, but we are cutting them down at an alarming rate. This not only releases stored CO2, but also reduces our planet's ability to absorb future emissions. We have created a carbon-intensive world. The choices we make daily impact our planet. It's time to rethink our actions and their consequences. Global warming is wreaking havoc on ecosystems. Many species are struggling to survive. Polar bears, for example, are losing their ice habitats. They depend on sea ice to hunt and breed. As the ice melts, their survival is at risk. Coral reefs are bleaching and dying. Warmer ocean temperatures cause corals to expel the algae that nourish them. This leads to mass bleaching events. Reefs support marine life, and their loss affects entire ocean ecosystems. Forests are not spared either. Increased temperatures and droughts make them more susceptible to wildfires. These fires destroy habitats and release even more CO2 into the atmosphere. It's a vicious cycle. The balance of nature is tipping. Ecosystems are interconnected. Damage to one part affects the whole. Protecting biodiversity is crucial for a healthy planet. We are experiencing more extreme weather events. Hurricanes are becoming stronger and more frequent. They cause widespread damage and displace communities. The intensity and frequency of storms are linked to warmer ocean temperatures. Heat waves are breaking records around the world. These extreme temperatures pose health risks, especially to the vulnerable. The elderly and those with pre-existing conditions suffer the most. Heat waves also strain our power grids and water supplies. Floods and droughts are more common. Heavy rains lead to devastating floods. Meanwhile, prolonged dry spells cause severe droughts. Both extremes hurt agriculture and food security. Farmers struggle to cope with unpredictable weather patterns. We cannot ignore these signs. Climate change is altering our weather. We need to build resilience and adapt to these new realities. Rising sea levels are a direct consequence of global warming. Melting glaciers and ice caps contribute to this rise, and warmer water also expands, adding to the problem. Coastal areas are at great risk. Many cities are already feeling the effects. Cities like Miami, New York, and Jakarta face frequent flooding, which disrupts lives and economies. The infrastructure is not designed to handle these changes, and we urgently need adaptation measures. Island nations are particularly vulnerable. Places like the Maldives and Kiribati may become uninhabitable, and their populations face the threat of becoming climate refugees. This presents a humanitarian crisis, and we must act to protect coastal communities. Building seawalls and improving drainage systems are short-term solutions. In the long term, we need to curb emissions and slow down global warming. Despite the urgency, responses have been slow. Political challenges hinder progress. Some leaders deny the reality of climate change, which delays necessary actions and policies. We cannot afford such inaction. Economic interests often take precedence, with fossil fuel industries lobbying against environmental regulations. Their influence stymies progress. We need courageous leaders to stand against such pressures. International cooperation is crucial because climate change knows no borders. Yet, global agreements like the Paris Accord face challenges. Countries must commit to their pledges and take meaningful action. We need systemic change. Individual efforts matter, but policy changes are essential. Governments must prioritize the planet over profits. Our future depends on it. Despite the challenges, there is hope. Youth movements are leading the way. Activists like Greta Thunberg have sparked global awareness. They demand action and hold leaders accountable. Their voices are powerful and inspiring. These movements are not just talk. They organize protests, create awareness campaigns, and push for policy changes. They represent a new generation that understands the stakes. Their passion is a driving force for change. New policies are emerging. Countries are setting ambitious climate goals. Renewable energy targets and carbon neutrality plans are becoming common. These policies show a commitment to a sustainable future. The youth are our future. Their determination and creativity offer hope. They remind us that change is possible and necessary. Transitioning to low-carbon solutions is vital. Renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydro are key. They provide clean energy without emitting CO2. Investing in these technologies can reduce our carbon footprint significantly. Energy efficiency is another important aspect. Upgrading buildings, improving insulation, and using energy-efficient appliances can make a big difference. Simple changes can lead to significant reductions in energy use. Electric vehicles, EVs, are gaining popularity. They produce zero emissions and help reduce air pollution. Governments can incentivize their adoption through subsidies and infrastructure development. Shifting to a low-carbon economy is not just about technology. It requires changes in behavior and mindset. We must embrace sustainable practices in every aspect of our lives. A green economy offers numerous opportunities. Transitioning to renewable energy can create millions of jobs. Solar panel installation, wind turbine maintenance, and energy auditing are just a few examples. These jobs are not only sustainable but also provide economic growth. Green jobs span various sectors. Agriculture can benefit from sustainable practices. Organic farming and agroforestry are growing fields. These methods are better for the environment and produce healthier food. Recycling and waste management industries are expanding. Proper waste management reduces landfill use and methane emissions. It also creates jobs in sorting, processing, and recycling materials. Investing in a green economy is investing in our future. It offers a pathway to economic stability and environmental sustainability. We must support policies that foster this transition. The time for action is now. We must act collectively and decisively. Every individual, community, and country has a role to play. Our planet's future depends on our actions today. We need comprehensive policies that address climate change. Governments must enforce regulations that limit emissions. Renewable energy investments should be prioritized. International cooperation is essential. Nature-based solutions are crucial. Protecting forests, restoring wetlands, and promoting biodiversity can help mitigate climate change. These methods are effective and sustainable. We cannot delay any longer. The cost of inaction is too high. Let us unite and take bold steps towards a sustainable future. The time for change is now. Our planet deserves nothing less.